Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm here to share this Ghoulish Goodies Winter Woods card with you. Let's set this aside and get to the creating. For this card, we're going to be using Ghoulish Goodies, which is in the Stampin' Up! August to December mini catalog, and Winter Woods, which is in the annual catalog. You can find both of these stamp sets in my Stampin' Up! Store. I've got a piece of scrap paper and I've got my piece of Whisper White, and we're going to blend on a background using Garden Green and Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to start with the Garden Green and get my hand out of the way so that you can see as I blend on. Now, blending does take a little bit of time. It's not hard. It's just that extra bit of time that you'll spend with your card. And I'm a card maker that could spend an hour happily designing and creating a card. Not that it takes an hour to blend on a background. So you want to start by pouncing a little bit, and you'll notice the little spongy texture, and pouncing helps to get rid of that spongy texture, and then working in circles helps to blend the color on evenly. Now I'm going to add in my Granny Apple Green, and this will brighten it a bit. Not as bright, obviously, as straight up Granny Apple Green, but I'm looking for something in that kind of acid green tone, and I think we'll get there with this. And then we'll blend on up to the top here with just straight Granny Apple Green. And I always like to leave a lighter patch that kind of works as a highlight. I'm going to come across this a couple more times to make sure that I get the vibrant shade that I'm looking for. And of course, as you know, blending on a background gives you a different kind of color than if you were to use cardstock and just do your stamping straight on the colored cardstock. Okay, so that will take care of our blended background. Let me move the ink pads and the pieces of stamping sponge out of the way, and let's get rid of the scrap piece of paper. And next I've got my Stamparatus all set up, and let's turn it this way. So I'm going to put my piece right in the corner here and put down a couple of magnets, and here's my Memento ink, and we're going to ink up those trees from Winter Woods. And then also ink up our witch and kitty with the cauldron. And I'm thinking I will be stamping more than once to get the intensity that I want. Okay, let's move this up here and give this a good rub to make sure everything makes contact. And let's do that again. It's close, but not exactly as dark as I would like. And that's the lovely thing about the Stamparatus. We can do this a couple of times, and it's just going to ink right back in the same spot. I'm going to do the trees one more time. Those fine branches, of course, don't pick up quite as much ink. And you wouldn't want to overwhelm them with ink anyway and flood the, there we go. So let's take this out of the way and set it aside for just a moment. And then we're going to put this piece in. Now I've already used the rectangular postage stamp punch that can be found in the annual catalog. And here's my piece of cardstock to fit in here. And let's just hold this down. And we're going to flip the plate around. And let's see, can I? Yes, I can. So I'm going to take the edge of my magnet and hold that down. And then we're going to ink up the sentiment in Versamark and give that a press. Okay, let's take this out and move the Stamparatus out of the way. And let's grab my scrap paper back in, and we'll give that a fold and pop this in here and sprinkle with white Stampin' Emboss powder. Give it a good sharp flick with your fingers to get all those loose particles off. And then when you're heating on dark cardstock, heat up your heat tool and then heat from behind. I'm going to do that and be right back. Okay, so here's our sentiment, but I think that I want this to be green on here, so I'm just going to give this a quick brush over with my Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends. This is the dark Stampin' Blends in the Granny Apple Green. And I'm using the bullet tip because I'm not trying to make all of the white go away. It kind of, leaving bits of white kind of highlights the green on here. Okay, and now let's put this card together. So I've got a basic black base and a piece of Whisper White and my multi-purpose glue, and we're just going to squeeze that on. Oh, it feels like it's time to open a new bottle, but that's okay. I've got more. I'm sure you keep your favorite adhesives on hand. So this craft room is never without multi-purpose glue and dimensionals. Okay, and I'm using the black Stampin' Dimensionals for our layer. No peeking out from under. If we had put white dimensionals on, they would show. This way they will not. And let's pop this right on here. And again, you're looking for the top and two sides to be fine, and then your bottom will take care of itself. And let's put some black dimensionals on our sentiment. We're just going to raise this up here. And then I've got my Take Your Pick tool, and I've already colored a few of my rhinestones with my black Stampin' Blends. Sorry, I lost the word there for a second. I'd say more coffee, but I don't think that's okay today. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we're going to come down here, and then we're going to add a little dimensional rhinestone. They're confusing me because they're black. Okay, and there we have it, our Ghoulish Goodies and Winter Woods Halloween card. Thanks for stopping by. This was Sara Levin, the Artful Inker of theartfulinker.com. You can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to receive notifications of the next videos I upload. Then click the bell. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.